Hi, this is Paul Carlson, CPA with Law Firm Velocity. In this video, we're going to create this nice report from Lexicata data through exporting all the data out of Lexi. So we start from Lexicata, we export, we go to Matters, and we export all matters to CSV. A couple minutes later, you'll get a wonderful spreadsheet in your email, and that spreadsheet looks something like this. And so we need to do some massaging to turn this into something useful. So I'm going to try to muck through this live. I'll probably fumble a few times, but let's just try to follow along. So first we want to eliminate all these extra rows. So we just want the leads that have happened within the last couple of weeks. So we're going to do highlight everything, data, sort by created, and we want newest to oldest. All right, so I just want these leads that I created for this example. And so I'm going to highlight and delete everything else. Okay, so now we're just working with current leads. Now we want to get rid of all these extra columns that we don't need. If you're using values on matters, you probably want to leave that one. So let's start here. And we're scrolling over and getting rid of all these blank columns. Here we've run into our lead source field. So we're going to leave that data. And we're cruising through. We're going to get rid of these other extra columns. There's our referral source field. So we want to leave that. And from there, okay, so we've got a cleaned data set. This starts to make a little more sense. So actually want to move our lead source and referral source to the first column. So fancy Excel trick, you highlight your columns, hold down Shift, and when you get this funny arrow, you drag it all the way to the beginning and it moves the columns. So let's make the columns a little wider so we can see what's going on. So now we want to sort these into order by lead source. So we're going to select all the data, sort. We want to sort by lead source first. And then if you have lots of referrals, you want to do referral source to put all those in order. And then your third option is let's go ahead and put these in order. So created. And so now we have our data sorted. So we have our AdWords leads next to each other, and we have everything in order. So the fancy magic comes in turning on subtotals. Do subtotal. We want to tell it is every time there's a change in lead source, we wanted to count the number of items, and I put that under the created column, because if you count the lead sources, here, if you add subtotal to lead sources, it creates in another column, and then the titles get really weird. So just use created and it looks okay. And from there we have our subtotals that we can see that we have 1 referral, 1 BNI, 2 from AdWords, and 5 total leads for the week. And so here we can actually expand these out to see the statuses. If we're updating statuses on the leads as they go through Lexi, that we can see this. And one thing to watch is when you do the import, make sure that you're also getting all lost matters. So we want to be really careful to make sure that if we get a lead last week, and within the first day we realize that it's not someone we can work with, that we want to see that we had a lead and lost it. That just the managing partner needs that feedback on what kind of leads we're getting from the different sources. And with that, that's how we export our lead data from Lexicata to Excel and make our weekly lead source report. Thanks.